The Chicago Bears are 1-0 after a wild comeback win over the Tennessee Titans. They get it done 24-17. My name is Harrison Graham. We're going to talk about this young man and his debut. Hint, it wasn't a great one, but a win is a win is a win. And the defense and special teams, you're going to get some flowers here. Here we go. Before we get into my analysis, grade Caleb Williams' debut. A, B, C, D, or F. I mean, it can't be better than a D, if we're being honest. Now, Keenan Allen dropped a touchdown. He didn't turn the ball over, and there's value in that. He took care of the ball, but he was inaccurate. His ball was wobbling a lot of the time. Drop an honest letter grade. I mean, 14 of 29 for 92 yards. It just isn't that good. Now, again, should have had a touchdown. It was dropped. Easy catch by Keenan. Got to be better. But he just never got comfortable. And the Titans, and this was my biggest fear coming into this game, their interior pass rush gave the Bears issues all day. Coleman Shelton struggled. The Bears rotated Nate Davis and Ryan Bates at right guard. And the Titans exploited that weakness. And it was my biggest concern coming in. And I think that led to some of the struggles. But I think also Caleb just didn't have a great day throwing the football. Hopefully it's just one game. He said earlier in the week that I don't care what my stats are. I just want to win the game. And he did. And after the game in his on-field interview, he said, I'm just so happy to be a Chicago Bear. Like, that's awesome. That's what you want to see. I didn't see any negative energy on the sideline too much during the game. He kept his head in it. He hung in there. Defense and special teams obviously helped him out. He had a big scramble late in the game to extend a drive. That was huge. Listen, it wasn't a great debut, but it was a win. And that counts. That absolutely counts for something at the end of the day. You'd rather win with ugly stats than lose with great ones. It's about winning. Like Ryan Poles said, it's time to win. The defense was awesome. Will Levis, I said it all week. If you make him beat you, he's probably not gonna. And at times, the Bears struggled to stop the run. They actually ran pretty well, Tennessee. But late in the game, when the Bears defense gave them a lead, and we'll talk about the defense as a whole, they shut that shit down because Will Levis just isn't that good. And that's what it came down to. You won this game because of turnovers. 3 turnovers, 2 picks, had the block punt return for a touchdown. Shout out Jonathan Owens. I mean, you win a game in the year of 2024 where your offense has 147 yards. It wasn't just Caleb. Couldn't run the ball. You could not run the ball. Now, to ice some clock late, they did find a few runs, which was big. At one point, DeAndre Swift had 6 carries for 8 yards. He finished with 10 for 30. He had a sick little hurdle run. That was nice, but he didn't have a big factor. Caleb had a couple scrambles, like I said, but nothing crazy. So the offense as a whole wasn't great. And I've mentioned the QB. I've mentioned the running backs. I've mentioned Keenan Allen's drop. How about Shane Waldron? I thought Shane Waldron had a pretty rough debut. He kept trying to go back to this play-action screen to the left side of the field. It was never there. 1, Caleb ended up taking a sack on it. 2, it just wasn't there and he had to throw it away. And then 1 was knocked away. He kept going back to it. It felt a little Getsy-esque. Like, I'm going to keep coming back to the screen. It's going to work eventually. It's like, I don't know, man. Tennessee seems to have that sniffed out on film. So I did not think it was an impressive debut for Shane Waldron. Now, he can't make some of these throws for him. Keenan Allen on a cover 2 beater was wide open. Williams overthrew him. That can't happen. But Keenan also can't drop a touchdown later in the game. So you got away with the garbage offensive performance. And even though we're pumped, the Bears are 1-0, it's about winning. Let's be real. If this offense plays like this the next 3 weeks, you're going to lose. You got Houston on the road in primetime Sunday Night Football next week. You go to the Colts, who just put up 27 on the Texans, lost a tight one, 29-27, and then the Rams come to town. You're going to have to play better. Now, I'm going to be half glass full. You won the game. The defense looks phenomenal. But let's be honest. This offense has to be better. Your best offensive player was DJ Moore. He had 5 catches for 36 yards, broke a few tackles. But it wasn't very good. It was not very good whatsoever. Now, before we get to the defense, subscribe to the channel. We will continue to pump out videos. We hit 100,000 subscribers. You guys are incredible. We hit 100,000 during our watch party. Let's keep it rolling. We're not stopping here. This is amazing. Fourth team channel at Chat Sports to hit this number. If you want daily and free Bears content, join the family here. We got you guys covered. We love you. We appreciate you. Bear down forever and always. Also, get going with our sponsor, Prize Picks. I made some money this weekend. If you listen to me, you would have too, because Daily Fantasy Sports Made Easy with Prize Picks has an awesome deal in the month of September. More or less half a passing yard for Caleb Williams. Even if he stunk up the joint today, he's going to hit one passing yard, which he only was 90-something, but that was enough to hit. Isaiah Pacheco found the end zone, so had a little 20 to win 65 there. That was sweet. Get signed up today, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS to get you the deal of the day with Prize Picks, which is when you play for $5, they're going to give you a $50 bonus. Again, this is an example of what an entry can look like. 2 to 6 players. Choose more, choose less. Stat projections, football, baseball, basketball, all sports available. It's available. prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS. Get started today. It is our friends over at Prize Picks. All right, I'll keep pushing the defense off because it has to be said. You just can't trust Velus Jones anymore. He dropped a kickoff. Not only did he drop it, it ricocheted off his chest pad so far that the Titans were able to recover it. Think about that. With the new kickoff rules, the Titans guys they're not running at you until the ball is touched. He dropped it so badly that they were able to recover. So they benched him on kickoff return. He had an 8-yard catch and I think 11 yards rushing, had a couple of nice plays on offense, but if he can't even be your kickoff returner, how can you keep him? And by the way, on the flip side, DeAndre Carter only had the one catch on offense. You don't need him for offense. He was awesome as a punt returner and a kick returner. He had a 66-yard return, the kickoff after Velus got benched. I mean, DeAndre Carter is your best returner. By far, it is not even close. 67-yard return. He averaged 13 yards per punt return with a long of 20. He gave you short field after short field in the first half, and your offense could not take advantage. At one point, the offense had 1st and 10 at the Titans' 24, and they punted on that drive. Like, Carter, for a good chunk of this game, was your most impactful player. And as great as that is, that can't be the case moving forward. So Carter stock up, Velus stock down. I don't know what happens from here. I don't see how you can trust Velus Jones, but he just can't catch the ball. We've seen it for 3 years. Pretty quiet debut for Rome Odunze, 1 catch, 11 yards. I thought he had an opportunity to catch the ball over the middle. Defender made a nice play on it, but if he squeezes it firm, it should have been caught. Again, the offense just struggled, and it is what it is. A lot of blame to go around. Protection wasn't great. Caleb was throwing the ball all over the place inaccurately. But again, your defense bailed you out. And let's talk about the defense and the special teams as well. The block punt. Daniel Hardy, by the way, was a menace on special teams. He was active over Dominic Robinson. Great decision. Blocks a punt. Jonathan Owens brings it in for a touchdown. But you held Will Levis to 127-yard passing. Picked him off twice. Probably should have been 3. The one touchdown he threw, Tyrique Stevenson kind of lost the ball in the air. But he made up for it because Will Levis, as he's getting sacked, just backhand flips one to the sideline, and Stevenson just beelines for it and gets a pick 6. I mean, just a monster play to give the Bears the lead. Got the 2-point conversion to go up 7, and that ended up being the final score, 24-17. But I think what impressed me the most is you got pretty good pressure. Darrell Taylor, 2 sacks, including a strip sack that led to a turnover. That's a great trade by Ryan Poles. It's already paid off, man. He helped you get a win already. 6th-round pick. It's a great value move, man. Gervon Dexter was pretty damn good. 2 QB hits, had a sack in this game. Jaylon Johnson, 2 TFLs, iced the game with the interception on 4th down. TJ Edwards, 15 tackles, 2 TFLs. The most underrated linebacker in this league is TJ Edwards. I've said it all year. Everyone always, like average NFL fans, they got Tremaine Edmonds. Yeah, Edmonds is nice, and he had a good tackle today in space to keep Tyjae Spears short. TJ Edwards is a better player. He just is. Again, you got gashed a few times on the ground, but pass defense was terrific. I thought DeMarcus Walker flashed a couple times. He had 2 QB hits. I was impressed with the front 4. all three levels of the defense were great, and you can't really ask for more out of your defense. I mean, the offense could not stay on the field in the first half, so they were getting gassed, and they made play after play after play, especially in the second half. You outscore them 21-0. You pitch a shutout. That's some halftime adjustments because Tennessee's offense got going a little bit in that second quarter, and give Flus credit. They adjusted. Defense found a way. Offense didn't give you a ton, but did just enough to win this game for you. So the Bears are 1-0 after a 24-17 win. Caleb and the offense are obviously going to have to play a lot better, but we said when the schedule came out, you got to beat Tennessee at home, and you did. You can move on. You can watch the film and learn from this and get back after it next week because a much tougher and stiffer test at Houston is coming, and that team might be a Super Bowl contender. Let's just be honest. Get the dubs in the chat. Positive vibes here. Bears are 1-0. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got you covered all season long. Bears news, rumors, injury updates, live watch parties, and post-game shows throughout the season. Sub for Bears dubs. 1-0, baby.